The mayor seldom interacts with the media and instead relies on her defense attorney for interviews. In a statement to DGN News, her attorney claims that Freeman compromised Henyard's safety by dismissing her security team.
She says so.
How is he putting you at risk?
You can ask her.
Is it that there's speculation that prosecutors are putting pressure on him to cooperate with their investigation into you?
No, we're talking about the removal of...
In a shocking turn of events, newly surfaced documents reveal that Mayor Tiffany Henyard of Dalton, Illinois, has been living a lavish lifestyle funded by taxpayer dollars. These revelations expose a series of extravagant expenditures, including tens of thousands of dollars spent on first-class flights, luxury accommodations, and private shopping sprees. This opulent spending occurred while Dalton's financial condition continued to deteriorate, adding another layer of scandal to Henyard's already contentious leadership. The documents paint a troubling picture of a mayor indulging in luxury while the very people she was elected to serve struggle with debt and financial instability. As if the financial scandal wasn't damaging enough, Henyard has also enlisted the services of a highly controversial attorney, Beau Brinley. Brinley's past is littered with questionable cases, some bordering on criminal, raising significant concerns about Henyard's judgment and her ability to handle the growing crisis surrounding her administration. Brinley is perhaps best known for defending R. Kelly's manager, who was involved in a notorious child abuse case. Now, Brinley stands at the forefront of Henyard's legal defense, further complicating an already chaotic situation. His history of representing individuals with questionable backgrounds has left many wondering if this choice is a desperate attempt by Henyard to salvage her political future or if there are deeper, more troubling reasons behind her decision to hire such a controversial figure. In addition to the financial scandal, Henyard's legal troubles have deepened with the emergence of a new lawsuit. The lawsuit alleges that Henyard covered up a serious assault involving a town employee. It further claims that after the assault became known, Henyard retaliated against the victim by placing her on unpaid leave in an attempt to silence her and prevent the incident from becoming public. This new legal challenge threatens to further erode Henyard's credibility and may be the final blow to her already shaky political standing. The fact that her legal team appears to be struggling under the weight of a federal investigation into her finances only adds to the sense of chaos surrounding her administration. With each new legal and financial revelation, it is becoming increasingly clear that Henyard's political future is in jeopardy. The once promising leader, elected to bring change to Dalton, now finds herself embroiled in multiple scandals, each more damaging than the last. Her choice of attorney and the explosive new lawsuit have only served to fuel public disillusionment. Trust in her leadership is rapidly eroding, and as investigations into her financial misconduct deepen, it remains uncertain whether she will be able to recover her reputation or her career. The stakes are high, and the pressure is mounting as Henyard's secrets continue to be exposed, leaving her political future hanging by a thread. The controversial mayor of Dalton has once again made headlines not for her lavish spending or contentious board meetings, but for her shocking decision to hire a lawyer with such a tarnished reputation that it raises serious questions about her judgment and political future. In a move that has left many stunned, Henyard has enlisted the services of Beau Brinley, a lawyer notorious for defending some of the most infamous figures in American legal history. Brinley's past is filled with scandals, bribery charges, and associations with high-profile individuals embroiled in criminal cases. His history of defending controversial clients has left many questioning Henyard's decision, particularly at a time when her political future is already on the line. Brinley has been involved in some of the most unsettling legal battles, earning a reputation that is far from reputable. Perhaps his most infamous case was defending R. Kelly's manager, who faced serious charges including witness tampering, collusion, and child abuse. Despite the severity of the charges, Brinley successfully defended his client, raising significant concerns about his ethical standards and his willingness to go to extreme lengths to win a case. His involvement in high-profile criminal cases, coupled with his questionable ethical practices, has led many to wonder what Henyard was thinking when she selected him to represent her. Critics argue that Henyard's decision to hire Brinley suggests her choices are becoming increasingly erratic, further damaging her already fragile political standing. To make matters worse, Brinley's legal tactics have often been called into question. Known for defending individuals entangled in deeply troubling legal situations, he has developed a reputation for employing unorthodox and, at times, unethical strategies to secure favorable outcomes. His methods have earned him the nickname the lawyer of last resort, as he often takes on clients with the most controversial backgrounds. Brinley's reputation for defending the indefensible has only fueled speculation about Henyard's decision to hire him. Many are now questioning whether her choice is a desperate move to salvage her career or if there is a more sinister reason behind her decision to work with such a controversial lawyer. Given the mounting legal and financial problems she faces, hiring Brinley has led many to believe that Henyard may be looking for an attorney willing to bend or break the rules to protect her interests. Adding to the controversy is Brinley's history of representing clients with dubious and even criminal backgrounds. His past includes defending individuals with questionable tax histories and connections to high-profile criminal cases. His willingness to represent those involved in some of the most notorious legal battles has only heightened concerns about his ability to mount an effective defense for Henyard, especially when her political future is already in serious jeopardy. As if Henyard's financial troubles and questionable leadership weren't enough, a new and darker lawsuit has emerged. The lawsuit accuses Henyard of covering up an assault incident involving a town employee. According to the claims, after the assault became public knowledge, Henyard retaliated against the victim by placing her on unpaid leave in an effort to silence her. This latest legal battle threatens to further erode Henyard's credibility and could be the final nail in the coffin for her already fragile political standing. Despite these mounting legal challenges, Henyard's decision to hire Beau Brinley has only raised more questions about her judgment and political future. Brinley's past is filled with allegations of unethical behavior, including coaching witnesses to fabricate evidence and obstructing justice. In one particularly troubling case, Brinley was accused of preparing witnesses with scripted responses designed to manipulate trial outcomes. Although the court ultimately ruled in his favor, the allegations against him have not been forgotten, and many legal professionals still question whether his actions crossed a line between lawful strategy and unethical manipulation. Adding to the controversy surrounding Brinley's career are numerous allegations from former clients who accuse him of taking their money and disappearing without providing the promised legal services. These accusations paint a grim picture of Brinley's practice, with some former clients going as far as to label him a fraud. The widespread complaints about his lack of professionalism and ethical standards have only deepened skepticism surrounding Henyard's decision to hire him. Given Brinley's questionable history, many are left wondering why Henyard, already under fire for financial mismanagement and questionable leadership, would align herself with such a controversial figure. Brinley's track record suggests that he has often defended individuals engaged in unethical or even criminal behavior. This has led many to speculate whether Henyard is attempting to conceal something even more serious than what has already been revealed. As the FBI investigation into her finances intensifies, Henyard's choice of legal counsel may become a decisive factor in determining her political survival. With each new scandal, it becomes increasingly difficult to see how she can recover her reputation and regain public trust. As her political future grows more uncertain by the day, one thing is clear: her decision to hire Beau Brinley has only made matters worse. The ongoing investigations, financial mismanagement, and questionable legal counsel have left Henyard's political career hanging by a thread. With the stakes higher than ever, the fallout from her decisions could reshape Dalton's future for years to come. Whether she can salvage her career or become yet another cautionary tale of political corruption and scandal remains to be seen.
Push anybody has. If someone uses my name to push their security, or if you say this is Tiffany T-shirt, people go buy it. Because right now, consider what? Clickbait. People make money off of my name by views. So you just say my
you
name.
don't have a, you say you don't have a
I don't. I do not. And that's why I said everybody go do your research. I'm not on anything.
So when we see all of this back and forth, when we see this going back and forth, have you,
her own people's, from her own town's bank accounts, okay? And it's wild, right? Millions of dollars. What I find really interesting about this situation is that it seems like the rest of the world who's been following this is following it because they all got it. They all understood the assignment. They all understood what was going on. Now, it seems like one other board of trustees, okay, finally got the memo. Yeah, I think she finally.
and I've seen this happen before with school districts. I've seen this happen before with city council. Have you called in the state to come mediate?
Did I call in the state?
Have you called them? Have you reached out to the state to come in and mediate what's going on here? So I've seen school boards where you have lots of drama, and Texas Education Agency, comes in and deals with that. And you're having these issues there. Have you reached out to state lawmakers? Have you reached out to state representatives?
So please come out this Saturday from 5 to 7 p.m. right here on 144th and Greenwood, where we will light the Christmas tree. And we got a ton of festivities here.
Here, however, Bentley intervened and was able to clear him for context to M. David R. covering up Kelly's crimes was made possible in large part by her old business manager. MC David was in charge of giving hundreds of thousands of dollars to people who had access to videos allegedly capturing Kelly having sex with a 14-year-old girl. In his testimony, Charles Freeman stated that David had employed him to find these damaging tapes. Freeman's testimony painted a horrifying picture of Anne Kelly and his allies went to in order to shield the disgraced in her. He described being sent to Georgia in order to retrieve one of the tapes they found in a private home's BCR. The tape purportedly show Kelly engaging in sexual activity with a young girl, of evidence that proved crucial in Kelly's 2008 child pornography trial. Even after recovering to tape, Freeman made multiple copies of how of fear that McDavid and private investigator Jack Palladino, who were running the operation, might not g the full amount promise. Freeman's evidence was devastating. It spoke for both McDavid and Brenly, who was spearheading McDavid's defense. Brian Lee's tactic was to show Free as an extortionist in order to undermine his credibility, one move that caused a great deal of reaction in the case. Further cemented Brinkley's reputation as a litigator who will stop at nothing to win instances. However, in 2022 the narrative won't end there. The woman swore that Dark David, the former business manager of R. Kelly, had threatened her life in an illicit tape after she had returned. Lisa Van And Allen, Kelly's lover at the time, had taken a tape that allegedly documented disturbing acts. The woman who had been involved with Kelly claimed that McDavid, Kelly's former business manager, had told her that they should have murdered me from the start, which she interpreted as a threat on her life. Allen, who also appeared in the documentary Surviving R. Kelly, testified about her relationship with Kelly and explained the reason she took the tape. Contrary to her testimony during Kelly's 2008 trial, Allen revealed she began dating Kelly at 18, not 17 as she had previously stated. During their time together, Kelly introduced her to a young girl whom he allegedly described as a 16-year-old neighbor. Allen recalled feeling unsettled by these interactions, noting she even sobbed during one of them in 2000 while Alone in Kelly's recording studio, Alan discovered and took a tape containing footage of herself and a young girl, as well as 2 other scenes involving Kelly and the same girl fearing potential consequences. Alan sent the tape to a friend in Kansas City to prevent Kelly from viewing it. However, 6 years later, after learning that Kelly was willing to pay $50,000 to retrieve the tape, Alan and another individual decided to return it to him during Kelly's trial. Brinley, the lawyer now representing Tiffany Henyard, was asked about why Alan returned the tape if her initial intent was to stop Kelly from viewing it. In her 2008 testimony, Alan had claimed she never saw a tape with just Kelly and the young girl, a claim that now contradicted current evidence. On the 9th day of Kelly's trial, prosecutors argued that Kelly and his associates, including McDavid and co-defendant Milton Brown, had spent hundreds of thousands of dollars to suppress evidence, including taming tapes showing Kelly engaging in illegal activities with minors. Given Brinley's history with such high-profile, controversial cases, many are questioning why Henyard, a public figure already under scrutiny, would hire him. Rewrite the prosecution's claims suggest Brinley was involved in a larger scheme to conceal Kelly's crimes and obstruct justice, and his previous tactics, which have raised ethical concerns, have led to doubts about his ability to represent Henyard effectively. Some wonder if Henyard is hoping Brinley's dubious methods might secure her a favorable outcome, or if there's a darker, more sinister motive behind her decision to recruit him. It's clear that Henyard's choice to line herself with Brinley is a risky move, one that could backfire, further jeopardizing her already fragile political career. Tiffany Henyard's decision to hire the controversial Beau Brinley has sparked widespread criticism, with the public questioning her judgment. The backlash has been so severe that the law firm tasked with defending the city and the mayor has resigned, citing financial strain. Henyard may be in deeper trouble than she has acknowledged, and there are growing concerns about what might be happening behind the scenes, whether Brinley's questionable legal tactics can save her or ultimately lead to her downfall remains uncertain. Things have taken an even more curious turn as footage has surfaced showing Brinley attending meetings of the Doken Village board alongside Henyard. It's rare for a criminal defense lawyer to be present at such meetings, especially in a public setting. The 2 attorneys sat side by side throughout the meeting, even attending a closed executive session, raising questions about the appropriateness of their presence. Son, who represents a 4 trustees currently in dispute with Henyard, has stated that the attorneys had no business being at the board meeting and that paying them with village funds would be unlawful. This unusual involvement has only added to the growing sense of unease surrounding Henyard's leadership and legal strategy. Tiffany Henyard's political career has been marked by a series of scandals, and it now appears that she is facing her most serious challenge yet. Despite the efforts of her controversial lawyer Beau Brinley, who was expected to be her lifeline, Henyard is struggling to navigate a growing web of legal and financial issues as her legal team falls into disarray, and an FBI investigation looms on horizon. Henyard's ability to recover from these crises seems increasingly uncertain. Austin, the municipal attorney, has stated that Brinley's involvement might be the final nail in the coffin, marking the beginning of Henyard's political downfall. One of the Major issues plaguing Henyard's administration has been a handling of her financial activities for months. She and her allies resisted calls to release spending records, raising suspicions of financial mismanagement and a violation of state transparency rules. Despite these mounting concerns, the truth finally emerged following a lawsuit from a major news outlet which forced the release of dozens of pages of documents. These documents revealed a troubling picture of extravagant spending by Henyard and her staff. The most alarming revelations came from a series of credit card bills and receipts that showed lavish expenditures between July and November 2023. For instance, a 5-day trip to Austin, Texas in July 20,123 saw Henyard and her staff racking up more than $20,000 in government funds. The needs detail purchases at upscale venues, such as a posh fare on Austin and Ruth's Chris Steakhouse, with charges including $1,669 at the former and $389 at the latter. Other items on the receipts included $53 on sports riding clothing, as well as significant sums spent on meals and accommodations. Even more troubling was the discovery that Henyard and her team spent over $224,700 on Uber Eats and nearby restaurants during the same period. The total cost, including $91 for Henyard's personal expenses, were startling, further fueling public outrage over misuse of taxpayer money. However, the financial scandal is only part of the larger story surrounding Henyard. She is currently embroiled in a civil lawsuit filed in April 2024, which alleges assault during a business trip to Las Vegas. The suit names Henyard and a village trustee as defendants. The former assistant who brought the case forward claimed she was assaulted by the trustee during the trip. According to the employee, the incident occurred after dining with the trustee. When she felt disoriented and unwell, she allegedly woke up the following morning in the trustee's hotel room with evidence suggesting she may not have been able to consent to any actions that took place. The details of the complaint are disturbing. The former assistant claims that during the incident she was recorded by the trustee in a private, intimate setting without her consent. The trustee allegedly FaceTimed Officer Byron Miles, a member of the village's $1 million security detail, boasting about the assault. This led to further allegations of misconduct, with Officer Miles reporting the conversation to authorities in response to the assault allegations. Henyard's actions have sparked outrage. Instead of supporting her employee, Henyard allegedly placed a woman on unpaid medical leave, effectively silencing her. The lack of action to protect the victim, combined with Henyard's previous financial mismanagement, has led to widespread calls for her resignation. Many now view her role in the aftermath of the assault as equally concerning as the allegations themselves. To controversy surrounding Henyard handling of this case, combined with the growing scrutiny of her financial activities, has placed her under intense pressure. Public trust in her leadership has eroded, and with her legal team in turmoil, the outlook for Henyard's political future is bleak. The latest developments in her legal battles, coupled with the fallout from the assault lawsuit and financial mismanagement, suggests that Henyard's time in office may be coming to a swift and dramatic end.